My name is Arjan Diepstra. I'm a hematopathologist from the University Medical Center Groningen in the Netherlands. I am part of the Interlymph consortium and I participate in the working group of pathology and survival, and I also participate in the working group on Hodgkin's lymphoma. One of the studies that we are working on in the pathology and survival group is on looking at expression of a certain protein on Hodgkin tumor cells, but also on tumor cells of other types of lymphoma, so diffuse large B-cell lymphoma and follicular lymphoma. The protein we're looking at is called HLA, or human leukocyte antigen, and this protein is really very important in the immune system. What it actually does is that it presents parts of proteins from within the cell to outside the cell, and it can activate immune cells that can recognize these peptides and can then kill tumor cells. So this HLA protein, we know that on the normal B cells, that are the cells that are the precursors of the lymphoma cells, that this HLA is expressed. But what we see at the time of diagnosis is that the expression of this HLA is often downregulated. The interesting thing is that within the Interlymph consortium we have looked at genetic markers that increase the susceptibility of getting Hodgkin's lymphoma, and the strongest genetic marker we find in the HLA region, so that's the region in the DNA that codes for HLA. And we see that association in Hodgkin's lymphoma, diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, follicular lymphoma, and actually all of the other subtypes that we've been investigating. So actually this is also why this HLA is really interesting to look at. So one goal of the pathology and survival group is also to see within the next rounds of genetic association studies that are being done within Interlymph is whether we can really try to find the genetic risk factors, what the real biological meaning of those risk factors is. And that means that we need to find a research system or research models or types of cells that are involved in development of lymphoma that we can actually test for the hits that we find in this genetic association analysis. This is something that we are now really pursuing, also because we will get much new data in the near future from the genetic association analysis. And another thing that we're quite interested in, of course, is also, because it's called the Pathology and Survival Working Group, right, is to also see whether we can link these genetic factors to survival.